If you love enchiladas like I love enchiladas, you're gonna love the fuck out of these ones filled with beef and cheese. Everybody thinks what I do is simple. Oh, I just stand in front of a camera and I cook something and I talk and blah, blah, blah and whatever, and then it's done. Well, it is, kind of. But you have to be able to talk and cook, and I do that well. But you also have to be able to put up with what goes on behind the fucking camera. And that's like, no, can you say that differently? Nope, don't like the way that came out. No, you didn't have enough energy on that. I'm telling you, one of these episodes, I will wear a helmet with a camera on it. You'll be able to see and hear all of the shit that I have to put up with. My life is not easy. It is not fucking easy.
Poor YouTuber.
Hey, look, I'm no Rachel Ray with 75 people in the back doing everything. Look, I know she works hard. She's very successful. I like her. She should be very proud of herself. She's ridiculously successful, and I'm saying she should be very proud of herself. She's successful because of herself. That being said, when you get to that level, there's all kinds of people doing shit. Nobody talks to her the way these clowns talk to me. That's true, they don't. I'm sure they call her ma'am or your highness. And what do I get? I don't like the way that sounded. No, do that shot again. Here, pour that with your left hand because I want my shot to be prettier than you're pouring.
You just need a little more supervision.
On the heels of the uber successful Baconator the other day, the Baconator, which by the way was successful because I think people like the idea of it and they want to make it. But what made it successful for me was that I swapped out half the regular ground beef for short rib. The addition of that different beef, I talked about how important that was. Today's beef enchiladas will not be made with ground beef. They will be made with, stand there, Max, ready?
Yep.
Brisket.
Yes.
It's kind of nasty. Is it weird that I'm holding it like this?
It does look like
Gross.
a big dick.
It does look like a big dick. I take that back. We could redo that. Today's enchiladas will not be made with ground beef. They'll be made with brisket.
Yeah.
Better?
Better.
And again, I still can't find my grinding tool, but that doesn't matter because that made no difference the other day. I chopped it up with a knife. Boom. And I'm going to do that again today with some onion and some other shit that's going to be fantastic. And if we don't start cooking, I'm going to go crazy because we got about 25 minutes on tape already of just me, and that's going to be too much for some people. So, onion, beef, we start cooking. Onion, we'll start with like this. I'm going to go about a half, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. This. Peel this. Peel this. There we go.
They can't just make onions without the paper?
Why can't they make... How many times have we said that? It's crazy to me. I don't want these pieces too big. That's about right. Because don't forget, we're going to cut the beef down into similar size, pieces to make it look like ground beef. So we'll take this stuff and push it over here and cut our beef. Next up, the brisket dick. Sorry. You said it. Now I have to. So the goal is turn this into basically ground beef looking stuff. And I explained it the other day. The fat content is important. This is not 20% fat, but this might be, well, maybe 15. But the fat is flavor, guys. We've talked about this 1,000 times. So
Get our Fat Means Flavor shirt.
yes, get the Fat Means Flavor shirt. So I'm just going to cut these guys. This is a 1 pound piece of brisket that I'm cutting. And if you can't find it in 1 pound, you can ask the butcher. And if they won't do it, just buy extra, freeze the rest, you're gonna use it. So I've used the long knife for all my slicing, but when it comes time for like chopping, like take a look at these two piles, Max. I think you can see that there's a difference. These were my first cuts. And now I'm trying to get it more like ground beefish, and it certainly looks like it here. Wouldn't you agree? But what works for this part, is a knife with a slightly more, sorry for the meat, slightly more rounded edge because it rocks. And that's what I like. So this is what I like to do. The Sam knife that's coming in the next few months will have exactly that kind of blade. Not this kind, but I mean one that's got a gentle curve to it for this rocking motion, so it's easy. And when this is finished, we go into the pan. Okay, fuck this, stop it. No more of this, this is, God, it's fucking forever. Actually, we're starting enchilada sauce first. And look, I love just your everyday basic canned enchilada sauce. I think it's delicious. But I think it's too thin. Because look, this for me, that's just, I don't want this in the pan with my enchiladas. The smell, unbelievable. Once it starts to get hot, we're gonna thicken it a little bit. In the meantime, now onto our onions and our brisket. We start with a little avocado oil in the pan, our onions, and the rest, and then the beef. And all we need to do, start to brown the beef and soften the onions. Mix it around a bit and let it start to do its thing. I will admit, it smells pretty amazing so far, and almost nothing has happened. While the beef and the onions are cooking, and by the way, almost done and smelling amazing. They don't look amazing. No salt, no pepper, no spices. But the brisket is such a great add. While it's finishing, the enchilada sauce needs to be thickened. So I'm going to use cornstarch and a little water. We're going to make a cornstarch slurry that will thicken up the enchilada sauce. Or as Guy Fieri on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives like to say, it'll tighten it up. I don't have a problem with him. Just because he's ridiculously successful for wearing sunglasses on the back of his spiky hair and 17 rings. Maybe it's because he has more hair than me. If I had that much hair, maybe I would spike it too and wear my sunglasses back there. It's bright out here. Fortunately, I keep my sunglasses in the back of my hair because it's a really cool look in 2020. It's going to be amazing flavor all the way down to Flavor Town. Yeah. We'll take a couple tablespoons of cornstarch, put it in this little bowl, add a little water to it, mix it till it's smooth. And by the way, if you're thinking, well, Sam, I could probably just use flour for this, you probably could, but the problem is flour doesn't mix in easily in a cold liquid like this, and it becomes lumpy, and then you get a lump of flour in whatever it is you're thickening. So cornstarch is really a good way to go. So now we'll come over here to our enchilada sauce that's starting to bubble, and we'll add a little bit of this cornstarch and mix. Hey, mix it. I think you want about a tablespoon for every cup or so of liquid. You can add more. And then wait till the heat takes the effect and see what happens. I'm not trying to turn this into porridge, but I definitely want it thicker. And while that's happening, let's address our brisket and onions. So now we have to season it. So of course we're going to start with a good pinch, kosher salt and pepper. We also want to give it some cumin, a half teaspoon, and about the same of chili powder. And if you had chipotle chili powder, that would be fine. Just understand you're adding a lot more heat. And as this starts to do some magic, we're going to add one more thing, a 4-ounce can of diced hot green chilies. And they go. And that, my friends, is all she wrote for that. So we'll take this off the heat and deal with the enchilada sauce. Almost there. And our sauce is perfect. Can you see this thickness? Max, maybe you can compare this in a shot to the way it was when it first went in the pan. This is what you want. We're not going for thick, thick gravy. And now that we have this, And now that we have our beef done, we can build our enchiladas. So as delicious as this is, the inside, and it is, I gotta come clean with you. I forgot something. I forgot garlic. You should have seen the look I just got from Max. What were you expecting?
I don't know.
Pork? Chicken? So I would have put fresh garlic in with the onion as the whole thing was cooking here. But I forgot. Hey, look, this happens. This is a life cooking lesson, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna use garlic powder. Just add a little bit to this. Nobody will be the wiser, aside from the 1,300,000 of you that potentially can watch this. We mix. And we taste. Nobody would have known. Nobody. This is what happens. You can recover from almost everything except too much salt. That's hard to come back from. In a soup or a stew, they say, oh, if you dump a bunch of salt in that's too much, you can take like a potato, cut it in half and throw it in, and the potato will absorb up the salt. It's not fucking helping anybody. So, salt you can always put more in. Can't take it out. But you forget something, throw it in. Nobody gives a shit. You'll be fine. Here's how this goes down. You ready? Are you ready?
Ready.
Are you ready? Is everybody ready?
We're ready.
We're gonna take our casserole dish, our enchilada pan. I'm gonna put a little bit of sauce on the bottom because I don't like things to stick. And I wanna make sure they don't stick. And of course, by things, I mean enchiladas. So just a spoonful or so of this gorgeously, nicely thickened, not too much, enchilada sauce. And we'll do this. We'll just run it around so it gets everywhere. So let me move my enchilada sauce here. And you'll see why. I'm gonna take a flour tortilla. One, flour. Don't give me shit if you like corn. If you like corn, use corn. Don't give me crap for it. It's an easy swap. Sam, I don't like flour, I like corn. Use corn. Please don't send a message. Don't comment, you're a d***bag. Why are you using flour? I just got all worked up over that, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna take this guy, I'm gonna lay it on top of the enchilada sauce. I don't need to do both sides. Pick it up, put it like this. I like some of the sauce on the inside. It's probably not the way to do it. It's my way to do it. And then some of the beef. What's next, Max?
Cheese.
Max has been worried about the cheese, ladies and gentlemen.
You've been known to forget an ingredient once in a while.
Fine, I forgot garlic. We did promise beefy cheesy at the beginning of this, right? Now we take this kid and we roll him up and we go seam side down on the enchilada sauce. Or as they like to say, the enchilada sauce. And repeat. As you watch that one, you're gonna watch the rest. The tortilla goes in the enchilada sauce. We put some beef in it, we put some cheese in it, we roll it up, we set it down in the pan, and we continue. Sauce, beef, cheese, roll, pan. Sauce, beef, cheese, roll, pan. Sauce, beef, is this getting boring? Roll, pan. And by the way, the cheese I'm using, it's pepper jack. These are gonna be disgustingly cheesy, beefy, fucking delicious. Nobody said this was a nice, neat, clean operation, but it's what we call, what's the term, Max? Cooking. Cooking. So, look, it looks like you can't fit another one. 2, 4, 6, 8. Look, I made them big. You could get 9, 10, 12 smaller ones, but I'm a fan of these big boys. So now look, now we've got this. Scatter this remaining nonsense on top, because why not? And that left over. And then a little extra enchilada sauce. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? Astro! Little piece of shit. Look, extra sauce down the sides is never a bad thing. Last but not least, for now, is a little more cheese. A little more jalapeno jack. Is that what it's called?
Pepper jack.
A little more pepper jack. I don't know why I can't get this in my head. And there you have it. That's it. Et voila. Gorgeous brisket filled, onion filled, cheese filled flour tortillas on our slightly thickened enchilada sauce with more pepper jack cheese finishing it off. The only thing left to do, Max, is boom, put them in the oven. 350 oven until they're gorgeous, brown, bubbly, and whatever. I mean, look, everything's cooked. Beef is cooked, the sauce is cooked, the onions, the whatever. Probably 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 35. I don't really know your oven. Might not be calibrated, might be too hot, might be too cold. Whatever it is, when they look like they're ready, they're gonna be ready. Look, I could eat it now, but I want everything melted and really gorgeous. So I'm gonna say probably a half an hour and you're gonna be safe. And then we're eating fucking large. Large, but we're only eating one. Or parts of one, because remember, it's the new year, and you know. And after 30-ish minutes, look at that gorgeousness. And the only thing it needs at this point is a little cilantro. And look at it. There's crispy edges, it's bubbly, it's cheesy, it's brisket beefy. I cannot wait for a fucking bite. Okay, so we're gonna separate a guy. Because you have to. And we'll put our spatula thing underneath. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, look. Look at that. Mother may I. Holy shit, do you have any idea how good this is gonna be? And here we go. Let's move these guys off a bit. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this. And this gorgeous, cheesy f***ing nonsense.
Wow.
Look at the mess. They made a mess. So I'm gonna just put a couple things on top. And one is sour cream, because I'm a fan. And 2 is tomato, because I like a little tomato on this. 3 is avocado. And a little cilantro. More cilantro. Because why the fuck not? And look. Oh my God. I'm eating the hell out of this. The other thing you can do is, remember I put extra sauce down the side? That's for this. Do you see the richness? And by the way, that little cornstarch slurry thing that we did thickened it up a bit and made it 1,000 times better. Astro! Oh, did you hear that? Okay, a bite. Let's go in the middle. Let me try and cut so you can see. You can't. You know what happens is there's so much cheese in here. Look, there's the beef. Now we have a bite. By the way, did you hear what just happened? A sliding door just went kunk. I don't think they like us yelling at that dog.
I would hate it if someone was
Guess what? We don't like that dog barking at us when we're trying to work. And just because it's a neighborhood doesn't mean we can't work. I am absolutely like salivating, gushing in my throat right now, and that sounded horrible, but I think you know what I mean. Please tell me when I can bite.
Cool.
Look, there's so much simpleness going on here that whether you use brisket and cut it up like I did, or short rib like I did with the Baconator burger, or regular everyday ground beef, please make it 80-20, not 90-10 or 93-7 or whatever. Go for more fat than less. This is a perfect combination. Cheese, beef, spice. It's perfect in my mouth right now. It's the right amount of heat and deliciousness and holy. And why must this be the beginning of the year? Why am I heavier than I want? Why can I not eat 12 of these right now? That's a good looking bite right there. Look here. Wait, and I'm going to turn it to the other side. Tell me when.
One.
Look at that. That's a damn fine looking bite. For me. Not you. So Max had a great idea the other day, and I said, let's do that idea now. And he just fucking shit all over it. Here's the idea, and we're not prepared for it. We always say, it's too bad you can't taste our food. So we were going to find somebody and send the food, not this, but a fresh batch of whatever it is we made. And I said, let's find somebody, we'll send these to them. Freeze them properly, you'll get them the right way, it'll be overnight. And dry ice in a big styrofoam box and stuff like that. And Max goes, no, we need more time. And this is exactly how he talks. No, we need more time to figure out all the details. How did I have a child so anal? So I'm sorry.
I wonder.
I'm sorry. You don't get this. Look down here. Put the camera down here, bitch. You don't get any of this. Any of this amazingness. None of this for you. I wanted to send it to you. Me. Not Max. No f***ing problem. But please make them. Please. Please make everything. We're just trying to make your food life better. It's honestly that simple. I have nothing to gain by you making these at home, other than your own personal food happiness. All right. Love you guys. We love that you're here. Clearly, I love you a little bit more than Max. Okay, a lot more than Max, but I love you.